И я верю, что он будет одним из ведущих людей, которые будут осуществлять этот проект уже в Африке.
So he studied that. I think he knows more about Nigeria than I do now.
Я думаю, что он знает больше о Нигерии, даже чем я уже сейчас. Потому что он изучает Нигерию.
He knows more about Nigeria than most people.
И он знает больше о Нигерии, чем большинство людей, скажем так.
Yeah, and so many projects he has worked on.
Он очень над многими проектами работает одновременно.
How many projects have you worked on?
Сколько проектов вы уже осуществляли?
Can you mention them?
Можете их перечислить?
Oh, you need your computer.
Agro-complex.
Agro-complex. Agro-complex. He's working on developing an agricultural complex, an agrarian complex, resolving agricultural situation. So how we as Nigerian transformation project could introduce agriculture, new technology in agriculture to transform the country. No, that's what. And then the second project that is worked on, he has developed. These are the things he's developing. Is building development. So he's developing how we could resolve the building and home. What do you call it? Is it housing crisis in Africa? So he's coming up with ideas and technology of providing cheap and affordable homes for poor people, and yeah, those are some of the things we're working on. Another thing he's working on is on sewage, because I told them that we need to resolve the problem of sewage in Nigeria. Sewage in the sense that we don't have a centralized sewage system. I mean, if you don't put sewage in place, you cannot talk about development or civilization of any country. So we are working on developing a sewage system that will bring about a total and universal sewage infrastructure that will help us to be able to resolve that problem, so that we don't have a crisis that we can stand a chance to experience in Nigeria. The crisis that Nigeria might go through in the area of sewage is that right now, the way things are in Nigeria is that a lot of people who are middle class and have some money, they build their houses, and because government doesn't have a centralized sewage system, they go ahead and dig their personal sewage in their homes. So you have all these houses with personal individual sewages. And that's a problem, because on the other hand, there's another problem in Africa, Nigeria, where there is no centralized water supply anymore. So people who can also afford it, they also want to do their own individual water supply. So on one hand, you are putting a sewage here, on the other hand, you are digging a borehole here. Everything is linking. So by the time we discover it, Monday, the whole country is going to be poisoned. They don't know why people die early. The average the average lifespan in Nigeria is less than 60 years old. And the reason is partly because people don't even know they have been drinking their own. Yeah. So by the time this goes to all the country is going to be dead. The whole country is going to be catastrophic. That's 1/4 of Africa. So the next the next project that is developing for Nigeria is electricity, how to supply alternative electricity supply, which is through using the resources of the light, the sun, which is the natural thing we're supposed to be using. Right now we're using mainly electronic, but really we're supposed to be using solar energy now. So he's developing a project whereby solar energy could bring about solution to the electrification problem and challenge that we have in Africa. So that's 5. We mentioned 4 or 5. 5. I think 5.
Ну, а комплекс, он имеется в виду, это сельское хозяйство?
Да, наверное, уже пошли.
Да.
Строительный комплекс, солнечный, да, ты только и осуществительность, да, осуществительность. Какой еще?
Социальное жилье.
Социальное жилье, да, я уже говорил. Я говорил.
Здравоохранение, школа.
Медицина.
Okay, another project that he's developing is medicine. So affordable medicine, because when you look at Nigeria, the medical system is very poor. So this is one of the things he's bringing solution for, to bring about solution in the area of medical services, affordable medicine, dispensaries, local hospitals for the whole nation.
Легкая промышленность. Это швейное производство и обувь.
Another area where is another project that he has developed is provision of jobs and employment through skills development. So the area and the particular aspect that he has worked on is in providing skills for uneducated or poorly educated youth. So he's developed for men shoes industries, so that so he's looking for the machines and the technology, so that anybody that could be easily trained in producing shoes. So if Nigeria can have the technology and the equipment for shoe production, they could provide shoes for the whole of Africa instead of importing. And then for the ladies, okay, right now we have a lot of Nigerians who like to dress. Nigerians generally like to dress, so sewing for the ladies will be a good thing. But then most people, they just do local training rather than technology-based sewing.
There is no manufacturers and things like this.
No schools to train you to sew. They are just individuals, apprentices. Apprenticeship is what they depend on in Africa. Instead of apprenticeship only, it's supposed to have technology. You have technology-based industry. It's supposed to be industrial and technology-based sewing rather than just So, but another major thing that we have he has come up with, and I gave him the work to do, is in city management. Because if you look at any video from Nigeria, I mean, it's heartbreaking, and that's what this whole HMT is going to be about. This HMT is starting tomorrow, and it's going to all be about order, law and order. So I gave him a job a work to research how we could manage a city so that city would just be orderly. If you look at any video from Nigeria, you see orderliness is just totally absent. So what are the demands to build and make a city function? What are the things that we need to do to bring about functionary cities without all those jam cars and houses everywhere? So we are going to come up with standards on how to resolve all the city crises, so that in any city you have water supply, electricity supply, everything, no traffic congestions, everything. Like here, this country is 3 times poorer than Nigeria, but because of order and demands and rules and regulation, everything functions. It's like this country is 100 times richer than Nigeria, just because of order and structure. So that's what it's talking about. It's city management ideas, and that's what we want to bring on to the table as well. The next one we want to deal with, that he has developed, is the system of affordable education for everybody. So this guy has been working. Can you believe it? So he's developed this project on affordable education for all the less privileged people. Детский фонд?
Да, это создание детских фондов на территории Нигерии и окружающих стран, чтобы они продавали детей, рождали для того, чтобы продать ребенка, чтобы выжить.
Okay. This is another project he has developed. It's called Children Foundation or Children Protection Foundation. So what is this about? He said he studying Nigeria, he discovered that a lot of people give birth to children, but then they don't care for them. They don't know how to care for them, or they don't have resources to care for them. So people give birth to children that are not cared for. And then eventually, some of these children are being stolen for sacrifices, or they are being sold for money, or they are being, a lot of, disorderliness in the area of children. So that he is coming up with an idea on how to have a foundation that will protect the children and be able to take care of the children. It doesn't matter if they have parents or they don't have parents, but this foundation will be able to give them education and give them every other thing that is needed. Okay. Oh, let's welcome Pastor Bosse. So the next project is working on is the project on the fight against corruption. You see, this one person. You see the way people have been trained, right? This is what church is supposed to be about. This is just one person, one member of the church that's taking responsibility for something. See how he's approaching stuff, developing projects to resolve concrete national issues. But most of our own so-called educated people, you know what they do? They just go want to care for themselves. They don't even care about the general. And this guy is not even a Nigerian. He's part of the DSA family. I hope you are learning a few things today because, by the way, Yaniza na retreat in Buddhist, but I was scoring what people know to be another priesthood. Może by nada bude 19 ampere worship, ja ruskojęzyczny katolik, zakatera Chrystusu, Asianci, потому что мы будем выступать. Вот эти все надо будет раскрывать. И все твои слайды надо подготовить. И я все время, когда я буду проповедовать, скорее всего, надо будет выставлять некоторые из вот этих все проектов, мы будем представлять каждый из них более подробно. So I'm just telling him that I think these are the things I want to deal with in this HMT that's starting tomorrow. And I need him to come to make some slides so that we could present these things we are mentioning. We're just mentioning the project now, so that we could present them in more expatiated form, right?
Транспорт, организация, фактически транспорт в ужаснейшем техническом состоянии.
Yeah. For example, the next project that I'm working on is how to improve the transportation system, because the transportation system I see in Nigeria right now are in horrible technical conditions, in the sense that, for example, here, for example, in Nigeria, you could just go to the street and look at the street. You see people climbing animals and things. You see a car, a lorry, or a truck with cows. You don't see things like this in Europe because there are no demands, there are no standards. Or you could see a lorry or a car going, and then people hanging. Why you don't see those things here? Because they are. Justine is laughing. Because there are no demands. And then you could see cars over there with all kind of fume, or what do you call it? Is it fume you call it? Yeah. Exhaust, right? Exhaust fumes, yeah. Exhaust fumes and fumes, and so, or just disorder. No technical standards. So that's what it's working on. That every car, do you want to sit? If you're tired of sitting, you can have a stand, you can sit. So that every car will have some demands. So that cars that are old, or for example, you want to carry people, transport, you want to take people, in your car, what do you call passengers? You want passengers. You see passengers, all the cars are just totally messed up. Animals shouldn't go into those cars, but passengers are in those cars here in Africa. So those kind of things need to be orderly managed. Another thing we are working on, another project I'm working on is in is that we should work on building a number of smart cities. Smart cities, those are computerized cities in Nigeria. So those are the 16 projects that I'm working on. Chrome ethic, issue should decide problem as so apart, those are the 16 projects that each personally is working on. But there are about 60 other problems that still need to be handled, that we still need people to take charge of. So we have come up with these 60 main directions of problems that must be resolved in Nigeria. So we're going to, maybe we're going to have a look at that list. Yeah, so basically this is what what he's been doing, helping here with the Nigerian project. So kudos, I think. Rita, you have any gift for him? It's coming. Okay. All right, so spasiba tu za show. Now, the only problem is that he needs to learn English now. The main problem with that education is the way English comes to So thank you, no much did. Okay. Prayer to our Hello, Liviu.
How are you?
Welcome.
Nice to see you.
You kept to your word. Only two of you kept to your word. You and Bisola. Now, let me guess who that could be. Is that Bat Thompson? Yeah. I could guess. Bat Thompson. Are you in England or in Germany? In England. You used to be in Germany. Welcome. Welcome.
No, I'm gonna.
I just that operator. There was Canada push it. I can't understand. Hello, everybody. Well, I'm sure you can guess who this is. So, welcome to 2018. Can you believe it? 2018 is absolutely unbelievable. Not just to us, but I'm sure to a lot of people, I'm sure to you too. 2018, what does that mean? That would be a question I think we should all challenge ourselves about. What is the meaning of 2018 to you and for you? What will 2018 mean for the kingdom of God, for the church, for your family, and for the African nation, for the African continent? I have now become an African advocate. So anything I want, anytime now I'm talking about Africa because that has become my burden. I want to believe that what we did last year was just an alarm sound. I want to believe that we just sounded an alarm with what we were able to do last year. And I want to use this opportunity to thank people like Daddy Freeze for the awesome job that he has done. I want to thank him for partnering with me and bringing me to his radio station to be able to sound my opinion about the tithe and offering debate in the African churches. And I want to thank him for sustaining the campaign and for making it go viral, and for bringing about a paradigm shift and a worldview change to our to the whole of our Christendom in Africa, in Nigeria. I think the church in Nigeria will never be the same again, thanks to this campaign and thanks to this change in worldview that the Freeze and others have brought about. I think it would be a fair thing to say that the Freeze is probably the man of the year in the African context, especially in African Christendom, in Nigerian Christianity. I personally will nominate Daddy Freeze as the person of the year. I think he's been very consistent, he's been very focused, very vocal, and very committed to a given cause. There is a series that I did that is called The Plague of Silence. If we could overcome that singular problem, that one problem called the Plague of Silence, I think Africa will stand a great chance of resolving all our problems. Let me quickly tell my team now. I told you before the new year that we should tell the guys to do illustrative videos on, what topic was that? I think no, I just said you should. It's already done. We just needed to show that. But I was talking about another one. Anyway, but now I'm telling you to get in touch with them and make sure, I don't know if Kate is hearing or, I think you wrote famous about what I'm talking about. Yeah, so this one is, we need them to do illustrative videos on all the cult, we already did the cult, the Plague of Silence. We need them to do Plague of Silence this January. We need to release Plague of Silence this January for all of them. Because if we are able to resolve the issue of the sacred cows, because that is the culture that we have been raised in, that some people are sacred cows. The elders, if you are the elder, you are a sacred cow. The religious leaders, if you are a religious leader, you are a sacred cow. So that mentality, that value system, that mindset of not talking and not challenging non-truth and lies when it pertains to a certain group of people is part of the corruption that we are dealing with. So the people like Daddy Freeze, God has raised up to break the plague of silence, to help us break that old age curse that has held down the African people, which is silence. Being silent about the right thing, not talking out against evil. And we know that evil prosper, evil advance, evil multiply when righteous men, good men, don't challenge this evil. Wickedness grow when the right people, the good people, refuse to talk about them. So I want us to, I think that's what we are going to start this year with. You know, releasing all those illustrative videos about the plague of silence, about how evil silence itself is. And if we could break that fear, and because that is connected to fear. Fear is another evil that is holding down the African continent. And it's a culture of fear that we actually have. It's a whole culture. Fear that people will lose their, that they will be cursed, touch not my anointed, don't say this, don't say that, somebody will come after you, they will attack you, you will die. So that fear is why I think we need to release those videos on the plague of silence. And if you are watching me right now and you have not listened to that series on plague of silence, please go look for it. Just go to YouTube and write Sunday Adelaja plague of silence. It's a whole series of about maybe 10 or 8 videos, maybe 15 videos. So you need to listen to them. All of us need to listen to the whole series on the plague of silence. Because that's what is going to set you free. That for sure will set you free from the fear of what could be if you stand for the truth. And of course, a lot of people have spoken about the series of the series that I did on the truth, and I think that has helped a lot of people. But if you have not also listened to the series on truth, please go ahead and listen to it, because that also will empower you to be who you need to become. So so today is the first day in 2018. Life is passing by. Life is passing by, and it's passing by quite fast and quite too quickly than we could imagine. So we need to begin to do something about our world and how to make the world a better place and how to build a better future for ourselves. Another thing I want to ask everybody about is I really want to challenge people, as many people as possible, who are based in Nigeria or Africa, to help me look for radio stations. Of course, it's better if we could get radio stations and television stations that are free. So if we are going to come across television stations and radio stations that will be ready to broadcast us for free, we will really appreciate it. But if we don't find for free, there are people who are waiting, standing by, that want to sponsor this radio broadcast and television broadcast in Africa. But unfortunately, we've not been able to get some offers from Nigeria especially. Now, we have people broadcasting all these messages in England for free. We have people broadcasting it in Zambia for free. We have people broadcasting these messages in Kenya for free. And in the UK, we have more than one person doing the free broadcast. But the more people the more countries and the more people, especially Nigeria, I think Nigeria, because this is where all the sort of called evil and corruption is coming from. So we need to get this message on the radio and on television in Nigeria. So if God is leading you in that way, to work for it and to pay the price of outsourcing how this could be done, that would be a great blessing to everybody. I would also like to challenge all of you to follow us. If you are not able to, of course, you are not, probably most of you will, you have missed out on coming for HMT this time. But even if you are not able to come here to Ukraine, why don't you join us? Why don't you join us on live broadcast? Because I'm going to, at least my own sessions are going to be broadcasted, because the topics are so vital. They are too important to be not to be broadcasted. So I'm going to be broadcasting my sessions. I hope to be doing 3 sessions a day. And like I said, the general topic of this whole um, HMT is going to be how to use law and order to bring about development and civilization in nations. Any one of you who listened to my HMT last January, I think it was last January. Was it January? I think it was the January session when I spoke about wealth, riches, and money. So that time I also spoke about law and order as one of the 5 most important wealth sources that God has given to us. So I hope some of you still remember that, or some of you listen to that. If you didn't listen to that, you might want to go to the YouTube and look for the HMT for January. That whole series will bless you. So law and order is a source of wealth, almost one of the most important sources of wealth that we have. Like, for example, time is wealth, right? So also is time and is law and order. Just like the same significance or the same wealth time is, so also is law and order wealth, just as time is. For example, an individual mind, soul, spirit, body, especially the mind of the man, is also a wealth, a source of wealth. So also is law and order source of wealth. Let's say, for example, another source of wealth is space, time. Time is wealth, time and space. Space is another source of wealth. So also is law and order. So, but unfortunately, these are things that very few people ever think about. So we are going to be spending the whole week from the 2nd to the 7th exploring and explaining further how important law and order is, and how we could use law and order to develop Africa, to develop Nigeria, to bring about national transformation and national development. Well, I don't know if these are the kind of things you want to talk about in the new year, but you know what? If you don't make the world a better place, we are all going to suffer for it. And so it's a good thing that we all consider. Princess, are you going?
No.
You're coming back, okay. So I would like you to greet the people before you go. So that's going to be one thing I would like us to pay attention to. But I really want to believe God that whatever we witnessed last year, whatever awareness was brought about last year, that is nothing compared to what we are going to be able to do this year. I really want to believe God that we'll be able to do much more this year than we were able to do last year. And with people like, with the example of Denise that we just saw in the beginning, if you watch that segment in the first 10 minutes, I was talking to one of my team members here who is Ukrainian about developing his project for Nigeria. So with people like that, and if we are going to have more people like that from all over the world, from Nigeria to join the Nigerian Transformation Project, we will be able to bring about a great change to the continent and to the nation. And by the way, if you have not yet joined the Nigerian Transformation Project, it's quite easy to do. Just go to my blog, SundayAdelajablog/Nigeria. No, sorry, SundayAdelajablog.com/Nigeria. 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 So you'll be able to register for the Nigerian Transformation Project over there. All right, I think we are going to probably let some people come and share their thoughts with you. Meanwhile, while I'm talking, people are taking care of themselves here. Okay, we have some Russians in the house. These are just for people who live in my house, by the way. So this is not a church thing. We had a church thing last night, and maybe I'm going to call on 1 or 2 people to share their experience with you from church service. But these are people in my house who are not working in the kitchen or anywhere, but who are just helping us Yeah, so these are the people who are passing the New Year in my house. So just for you to have an idea of what we have going. Princess, can you talk now?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like you to talk on the background of Ukraine, on the flag, on the background of the flag. Yeah, yeah, you are. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I'll come closer to you. This is my princess. Does she look like one? I sure do. She does. That's why I married her. But what has surprised me about her is that she keeps on getting younger and more attractive, more beautiful. But it's like I just met her yesterday. But can you believe it? It's been over 20 something years now. 24 years, 20. So it's going to, yeah, 20. So this year it's going to be 24 years. Can you believe it? So, Princess, here you come. Tell the world about yourself. Greet the world for the new year. It's already 2018. Princess, can you believe it? Time is going. Time is going. Well, you don't change. So, since you don't change, I think it's going to be difficult for me to ever believe that it's 2018 already. Here you are, Princess.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. We are so fortunate to be chosen to be part of the people who will live to see this new year. And this new year confirms the nature of God, that God is always doing new things. God is the God of new things. And we have so many new years in our lives, so many seasons, and things just come in circle. But it's very important for us not to take the cycle of our lives for granted. More so that we are Christians, more so that to us it has been revealed the mystery of the kingdom. So I want to encourage you to challenge yourself, because growth comes when we challenge ourselves. Growth comes when we start asking ourselves the hard questions of life. So as you begin this year, this is a good time to reflect and to make a decision how you are going to live your life. It's up to you. You are the only person responsible. You can choose. We're always surrounded with good things. We have bad things around us, but we have been given the power of decision. We can make decisions. Other mammals, other animals cannot make complex decisions like we can do, because the Bible says God just made us a little bit lower than the angels. So we're really capable, and it's so astonishing when we grasp that and we start making good, nice, wonderful, far-going decisions. So in your world, where you are, where God has placed you, where God has planted you, it's very important for you to take personal responsibility for your life. It's high time we start, if you still do that, we'll stop blaming people around us, blaming circumstances around us, and just take responsibility, personal responsibility. It's very easy to find excuses, but when we spend our energy finding excuses, then we have little energy to really create solutions and to move forward. So I want to encourage you this year to take more responsibilities on yourself. Try yourself. We are very able people, but until we try ourselves, until we challenge ourselves, until we embrace some hardship in our lives, we won't even know. We won't even get to know ourselves. We won't get to realize how strong we are and what we can do with our upbringings, with our experience. And this is the good time, a wonderful time of the year, the first day of the year, to paint your life, to create a picture for your life, to analyze people around you, to analyze your culture, to analyze your manners, and decide how you want to live. Remember, you are the only one responsible. You don't need to please anybody. Make sure that your choices, make sure that your decisions are yours. Make sure you are ready to own your decisions. And not that somebody pushed me to do this or no peer pressure. Just take responsibility for your life, strengthen your personal relationship with Christ, because we as believers, we are just blessed. Because of our own, we can do nothing. But in Christ Jesus, we can do a lot. We are more than conquerors. And that's another resources that we really have to explore this year to strengthen, to deepen our relationship with Christ. So as you set your goals and as you hopefully decide to be a better person, study the core character traits, evaluate yourself and come out with a plan of how to become a better person. If you change, people around you will change. If you change, situations and circumstances around you will change. So I'm very happy to have this opportunity to connect with you in this way, and I pray that God will help you to become a better person. Because when you become a better person, our churches will become better places, our world will become a better place, and this generation will become a better generation. So lots of love, lots of joy, lots of accomplishments, and lots of God's peace and blessings upon you, your family, and your loved ones. So happy New Year and many happy returns in Jesus' name. Blessings.
Thank you, Princess. Okay. Where do you want to be first? Okay. Yeah, just move them forward. Yeah. Yep. It's a little bit tall, so I'm readdressing the. Yep, you're good to go.
Okay, so I addressed some of you last night, and it's good to be back here again talking to you guys. Last night I talked about how 2018 it can be a year of achieving your goals, of trying to make sure we're getting to the final push of getting our goals. It seems like a final year for many of us. As I gave an example of me and my sister. My sister's finishing high school and I'm finishing university in this year, which means that we've been going on this road a long time, but we're nearing an end, at least of one stage of our lives. And last night, my dad talked about how we should be ready to sacrifice anything for the knowledge of God. And I think we should try to bring that mentality into basically every aspect of life that is to, like my mother said, to benefit our world, to benefit our generation. That if you know that you're about to reach your end goal, then you shouldn't give up on it. You should be able to sacrifice anything in order to get to your end goal. And I think that's the mentality that we have to change. That we always hear, like, when people are running, they always say, like, you have to make sure you give it all in the end. That even though you've already run 4 miles, that the last mile is the more important mile, is the most important mile. I think that is the accurate mentality to have in every sphere of life. That's the last stretch, and that last stretch that we have, that's the most important stretch, and we need to fight for it. We need to be as dedicated and motivated to it as we ever have been. And I think that's just the way we should be living our lives this upcoming year, that we should be every day striving towards getting our goal even better than we did in 2017. I'm sure all of us had a great 2017 with its ups and downs, and it's our duty to make sure 2018 is even a better year. It's more impactful. We are able to reach our goals and then set new ones. We'll receive blessings from the Lord. We will give Him the glory. And I think it's just, this year just gives us a huge opportunity to show what we've got, that we're not going to give up in the last moment. It's going to really challenge us, because it's never easy after we've been running these 4 miles. The last mile is never easy. However, it is the most important and it is the most necessary. So I wish upon all of you in 2018 that you guys don't give up, that you will continue striving towards your goals. And I know that at the end of the year, you'll be able to look back at the year and know that you were proud of what you've become and how far you've gone. Happy New Year, guys.
Okay, thank you so much, Perez. Right now, I have Zoe here. Will you check on? Will you take the coat and check on Pearl if she's up? But there is Zoe here. You might need to come closer because you're a little bit shorter than your brother. Yeah, here you go.
Happy New Year. I'm sure that's not the first time we've heard that this year. 2017 has passed. Another year of our lives has finished. We made it through. Hooray. And that year should not be forgotten, and everything that we've gotten from that should be remembered. It could have been not one of our best years. We could have some regrets about it, but we shouldn't forget our accomplishments and our achievements either. But that said, this is a new year. It seems like a brand new start, but actually every day and every morning is a brand new start. We should come into this year with a positive mindset and with taking everything that we've learned, everything that we've achieved, everything that we've gained from before, and use that to better ourselves and better our attempts to achieve things and reach new goals and destinations this year. This year, things will happen that we can't prepare for. Things will happen that we cannot see. A lot of unexpected things. But God is always with us. And 2017 has been here to prepare us for what's to come. God is always preparing us. As long as we just let Him lead and let Him do His work within us, we should always be ready. We should always be safe and protected. And always remember that we're going the way that He wants us to go. As Paris has mentioned, for me and my brother, 2018 is going to be a year with lots of new things to come because I'm graduating high school and Paris is graduating university. So for us, it's like really a brand new start. For me, I'm like moving out of my parents' house, and Paris is going to even higher education. And of course, we don't know everything to come. We don't know all the things that we might face. We will definitely face more challenges and different challenges that we haven't had to face before. But we trust God that He has protected us, and He will continue to protect us. He has prepared us, and He will guide us all the way through. So I want to say to all of you, if you just let God lead you, that you will be heading the way that you are supposed to be. You're where you're supposed to be, and you will continue to be where you're supposed to be. And don't forget that you are loved and never alone, and to keep a positive mindset.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Zoe. That's Zoe. Okay, we don't have the baby of the house here because she's still sleeping after the night prayers, after the night, the New Year night. So, anybody wants to come on to take on the challenge to greet the people here for the first day, or wish people the first day of the New Year, 2008. Tatiana. Okay, Tatiana wants to be. Okay, Tatiana wants to be the one to take on the challenge. Come, Tatiana. Yeah. Yeah. So this is Tatiana here.
Yes. You want me to speak English a little better?
Yeah, you speak English.
So hello everybody. Happy New Year for everyone who's looking at me right now. So. Happy New Year. I don't know if you was in our yesterday's ceremony of the celebration of our New Year. And it was something unbelievable. Pastor, I don't know how he's doing this, but he's here right from heaven. And it was the moment. I know the pastor was preparing something for yesterday, like word for us, but he just heard something in his spirit, as I understood, and he decided to be led by spirit. And this is I want to wish you in this year to be led by spirit. I will not describe what happened yesterday. You will go on and look yesterday's our recording, and I want to wish you to be led by the spirit, not by your mind. We have body, but spirit is the main thing. And I want to encourage you, and I want to invite all of you to this house, because from tomorrow we will start the HMT. HMT will start tomorrow, and if you will not be able to come tomorrow, we will wait you and April. we will wait you and our anniversary in April. And be ready, prepare yourself, listen to pastors' online broadcast, prepare yourself. And I wish you to understand what value do we have now in this house. It's not simple house, it's not simple people surrounding me, they are not simple. And I wish you to have so huge will to change as I had when I came to this house. I wish you to be so looking for changes.
So determined.
Yes. So you will run from whatever place you are now. Like Mayuwa, she came from Britain. Like someone who came from America, United States. So I want to wish you to be thirsty. I want to encourage you to be so thirsty for looking like someone who didn't eat like 1 month. So you will able to value what we have here. So I wish you happy new year. I wish you to be happy, your families, your neighbors, your everybody, and welcome to us. You know how to connect with us. You know how to write in our email, godembassy.guest.com. Write to us.
Guest
We will ask Godembassy guest at
godembassy.org.
This is Pastor Correct, and he's always doing this. And
Because
this
you are
is
not in the here and now.
yeah. So yes,
You are
Happy
more
New Year.
nervous. You are more now in the nervous than in the here and now.
Yes, something like this, and this is why I wish you Happy New Year. I'm leaving right now.
She's giving you the address where you could write to if you want to visit us, which is guest@godembassy.org. Guest@godembassy.org. So, Livio, are you ready?
I think so.
Yeah. Because you came from all the way from Holland. You shouldn't come from all the way from Holland, then you are not ready after you got here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Livio from Rotterdam. It's great to be here again. I was here last November, the first time with the HMT about, what was it about? Becoming a personality. And I'm so excited. I was excited all the way to this day to come here and to experience another HMT with Pastor Sunday, but not only with Pastor Sunday, but all the people who are living in this house, because there's so much energy, so much joy and laughter here, besides the wonderful teachings that I've been having here. So everyone, happy new year. Believe that this year will be the greatest year ever than the previous year, because it's all in your hands about what you're gonna do and what you're gonna become. So I want to encourage you to keep following Pastor Sunday, and also tell others to follow Pastor Sunday, because what he's teaching is really what we need in this time, especially this 2018. You need it, I need it, and others need to hear about the message, how to change your own life, but also your nation and the nation of Africa. If you haven't signed up and registered to come with Pastor to Nigeria, you should do that. I did it. I didn't plan to do it before I came here, but I came here and I got so inspired and I really felt like, okay, I need to come with him and experience so much more. So Happy New Year, make the most out of it, and keep following us this coming week.
Yep.
Bless you.
Thank you, Livio. Livio is next generation, but I have another next generation, but just more beautiful.
Happy New Year to everybody. I know I spoke to you guys last night, and I just officially want to welcome each and every one of us to the year of 2018. So I was here at the last HMT as well, and we talked about personality. And it just allowed me to really awaken myself and want to discover more myself, as we are all complex, which is why I decided to come to this HMT. I'm still very much jet lagged, but it's just worth it. I'm very excited to hear about this teaching of order. And yeah, like I'm just very, very thankful that I'm amongst amazing people. This place is just filled with just happiness and joy, and I'm just very much thankful that I even came across Pastor Sunday and his team and his staff members, and this is just a very, very amazing place to be at. And I would honestly advise each and every one of you guys to look forward to the next HMT in April, and just start saving up for it. It is very much worth it, and you will not regret it.
What is the change in your life from HMT?
So the change that I've honestly made was kind of just viewing people as not, I don't want to say like equal, like those that would carry themselves higher. It just allowed me to see that we're all equal, like no one is better than me. You know, I'm not less than anyone, we're not less than anyone. And it just really, really taught me that I'm just as good as those who I looked up to, and that I can also get to that position as well, and we can all do that as well. And that's one of the most valuable things that I picked up from the last HMT.
And how are you planning to get to go through all the materials? They're never going to do them.
Oh, the books?
Maybe the tapes, maybe the recordings.
Yeah, so it's very hard to keep up with Pastor Sunday. You know, just the books, the readings, the videos, the series. It's very hard to keep up. I'm still struggling with that, but I just plan on kind of creating a schedule just to be able to keep up with the books and the videos as well. The last HMT, unfortunately, I wasn't able to read all 3 books, but this time I will assure you guys that I will read all 3 books, and you guys will see me do a review on those 3 books as well.
Okay, so how is it leaving your family to be here for this new year?
I mean, it's definitely hard. My mother was supposed to come with me as well, but she's going to Nigeria just to do some awesome work there. So,
and that is worth it.
Very much so. So, I'm just happy to just be here, even though I'm not with my family. I just know that they're all doing well, and yeah, I hope that I can equip myself to also equip them. So that's the purpose of why I'm here.
Next generation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so who is the next bold lion or lioness to come and greet our DSA family for the new year? Okay, we have Dr. Success. Yeah, I've really missed him, and I couldn't believe it that he would stay so long away from me here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking that is not a problem. It just means that he's not missing me as much as I'm missing him. But still happy to see you. Welcome. I have to hold you because that's what I'm saying. He's not missed me like I've missed you. Welcome back. Okay, that's Dr. Success. He was supposed to move to Ukraine, to Kiev, but he stayed in the city. That's why we are missing it so much. He's supposed to be here as often as Anu and Victor, but he has to travel many hours to get here. So, but he got here at last. I hope he will stay here for as long as possible this time. Yes.
Thank you, Pastor. Happy New Year, everybody. So good to be able to discuss with us again. I'm so excited it's 2018 already. Mixed feelings for me personally because I have to face the reality that I'm growing older, and being older also means more responsibility, more challenges, and a lot of things going through my mind, which I'll just share one of them with you, discussing this. I know many of us, we attended the crossover nights, the different services in different churches, and there were a lot of prophecies. I've been going through some of those prophecies since morning, and to be very honest, ridiculous would be a very kind word to use for some of those prophecies. You know, prophecies like there are going to be more fire this year, there are going to be assassination attempts, there's going to be more flooding, there's going to be, you know, for me, let me say I was really pissed off. Really, really pissed off. You know, I don't know how you feel about that. So, what I want to say about that is that just discard all of those things. Don't forget it. It's not real. And, well, what is on my thought, on my mind, is the fact that I strongly believe in philosophy, and there's a school of thought that is called Stoicism, yeah. So that what it means to be a Stoic. You know, Stoicism basically, and of course the best Stoic that I know is my mentor, Dr. Sunday. He exemplifies this for me. And if I have to face the year using the principle of Stoicism, is the fact that, guys, 2018 is here. If you are going to be very honest with yourself, it's not going to be easier than any other year. It's in fact meant to be the toughest year that you have been alive. So that is how a Stoic will prepare for the year. So you take the year that this is going to be the worst. This is going to be the hardest. This is going to be the toughest. And I need to prepare myself for it like that. So forget whatever prophecy anybody somewhere is telling you that you're blessed this year, that it's going to be easy, you're not going to have headaches. Guys, you're going to have headaches. You're not going to feel sick. You are going to feel sick this year. You know, that this is not going to, that is not going to happen. You've got to prepare yourself for life. That is basically what Stoicism is about. And that's basically what Dr. Sunday exemplifies for me as an individual. I'm just telling you what's been on my mind, what I've been reflecting on. So I'm preparing for my 2018 as a Stoic. I'm preparing for the worst. I'm preparing for 2018 like it's going to be my last year on earth. I'm preparing to make more moments in this year, to make more memories. I'm looking at 2018 that if this is going to be my last year on earth, I want to be able to look back and be very, very proud of the moments, of the opportunities that I made, of the chances that I had to be a blessing to one person, two people, three people, or more people. So I want to urge everyone that is on the platform right now and that we'll discuss, or that I'm discussing this with, that prepare for the worst. Prepare yourself. Toughen everything at all that it takes. Those of us that are here for HMT, that we're listening again and again, reading all of Pastor's books, listening to these messages and all, it's because we believe in Stoicism. We believe that life is not going to be easy. We believe that things are going to be difficult. We are preparing ourselves to make the maximum impact. Somebody said that we use the bricks that life throws at us to build an edifice, you know, to make something gigantic out of all of these things. So life is going to throw things at you. Beginning from January, life is going to throw things at you. February is going to throw things at you. March is going to show you certain things you didn't, you know, expect. But the best you can do is, as a Stoic, to take all of these elements and to build for yourself a magnificent year. You know, the best year that has ever been lived. That is the best that any of us can do. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Sunday, for the opportunity to discuss with you.
That is Dr. Sufficient, I mean, Dr. Success. If you wonder what's happening to my mouth, that mouth has been busy while Dr. Success was talking. And he's been busy because there's some good food here. It's a pity I cannot share all that with you by camera. But I've been able to, I'm going stage by stage, from glory to glory on the food. Okay, who is the next person that would like to share with us? Okay, talking about prophecies. I think, yeah, it might be somebody that is familiar with those prophecies that should tell us. Some of them have been sending me some prophecies, but thank God, I don't even have to open them. We have Mayowa here, who has been creating a lot of headache for a lot of people.
Hello everyone, Happy New Year. It's a great year already. I know that it's a great year. I'm not one for feelings, so I don't want to say that I can feel it, because it's not about feelings, it's about what we do, the actions that we take, and also about our faith, trusting in God. But I really just want to be very practical this year. One thing that it's been coming on to my mind, I think actually it was since HMT was announced and the book selected, is living consciously. And I think I got this, apart from Dr. Sunday also always telling me to be here and now. I think only in the last few days I've started to really be conscious, more conscious of who I am, and you know, generally why I'm here, the things that I'm doing, the minute things that I'm doing. So one of the things that I want us to be here now in this new year 2018 is to be here and now, to be conscious of who we are, and also to be conscious of who God is, who Jesus is, what God did for us. Because you know, engaging in a lot of the religiosity and religious activities that are going on, we are a bit lost, and including myself. I always say this to anyone that cares to listen, that I have been unconscious for so many years, and I'm just starting to wake up. And even that, I just told you now that I've just become conscious in the last few days. And it's a consciousness that I want to continue, and I hope that it will continue, that I will become more awakened to myself, to my community, to the world around me, and also to God. So where am I going with this? I'm going to the direction of, especially if you're a Christian or a believer of any sort, where we're living unconsciously. We've been told this and that by their religious leaders, and you know, some of them that we have been highlighted, or some of those that have been highlighted, or doctrines rather than people that have been highlighted. It's high time that we wake up. It's high time that we wake up, not just wake up and just, you know, oh yeah, I'm here, I know what I'm doing, I know who I am, but to be practical with that awakening, to be practical in the sense of, you know, who are you in God? Who is God to you? If people are asking you to pray in a certain way, you know, take stock, you know, hold on, think about it. What does that mean if I pray this prayer? What does it mean as a child of God praying this prayer as well to somebody else? I'm using prayer as an example. Let me use something else as an example. Even wishing for something, declaring certain things. I would do a declaration program one of these days. Declaring something. Why would you declare those things? Think about it consciously. Make a decision. If somebody says something is happening to you, or somebody is doing something that they shouldn't be doing, or something that I say your parents pray that you would always be rich, for example. It's okay, I want to be rich, but why should I declare that I would always be rich? Am I taking the right steps to be rich? Am I following principles? Am I working hard to be rich? So those are the things that also we need to be alerted on, or you know, we need to focus. I'm really glad that Dr. Sunday is going to talk about law and order, to focus on what we do on a daily basis. You know, don't just do things, don't follow the dogmas of society or religion, of traditions. You know, wake up, let us be conscious. And in that consciousness as well, be bold, because they're all interrelated. You know, if you're conscious, you will also be bold, you will know where you're going, what you're doing, you will speak boldly in truth as well. So these are the things that I just want to highlight. I just want us to think about everything that we do every day, live consciously, Be bold, speak out, don't be quiet. You know, the Sunday talked about the plague of silence. It is a true plague. You know, think about it. And also look at the series on truth. Let us understand what truth means. Not truth to saying to other people who they are, what you identify about them, but truth starts with you, with me first. So telling myself the truth about myself. So starting also with that. So two things, or three things I would say we should remember this year and we should consciously do. Be conscious of who you are, why you're here, who God is to you. You know, so if anybody tells you anything about God, you take stock, you look at it, you review it, and you think, you know, God can't be like this. He created me, he created this person. Why would God want this one to die? Or why would God say I should pray about it? Pray in this way. Think about that. If somebody asks you to pray a negative prayer that your enemy would die, then you think about it. Well, why would my enemy die? If I'm going to spend time in praying that my enemy would die, I can pray another prayer that my enemy would have a peaceful heart towards me, and God will go into my enemy's heart, and my enemy would have peace with me. So think about those kind of things. Don't just do things because they said that you should do it, or those things are going to be to somebody else. You know, truly be your brother's keeper, even if your brother is not your friend, even if your brother is your enemy. So consciousness is number one. Then number two is truth. You know, understanding that it is important that the truth that you tell yourself is even more important than the truth that you tell other people. Go and check out the series about the truth and how to understand the levels of truth and apply those levels of truth to yourself and to everybody around you. But first, start with yourself. So thank you. I think those are the main things that I just want us all to remember and discuss on a regular basis. So I will share with you as much as I can. As I'm learning, I hope that I would also share with you. And please, finally, don't forget the plague of silence. Don't be silent on anything and be bold. Thank you all. I'll see you again. Bye.
Thank you, Maiwa. Any other person there would like to greet people and say any word of encouragement to people in the new year? Okay. Christian, you don't want to greet them? They already know you are here. They know you are here already.
I would like to keep it.
Keep it as long or as big as you want.
Yeah.
Here comes Christian Al.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody, my London family. It's been great being here in Ukraine. I've been here, I think, for 2 or 3 days now. And like I said yesterday, it's been wonderful. And even in just my observation, I've learned quite a number of things. Like Pastor Sunday said when he started about the plague of silence, I think that's just one thing I really want to drive, push, and that this year is not a year for us to keep quiet. It's a year for us to be bold. It's a year for us to take major decisions. And one advice I would like to give, because the Bible says that faith comes by hearing, but one thing I also know is that fear also comes by hearing. So you need to be careful with the things you listen to. So I would advise you to get the books, get the messages, listen to them over and over again, build your faith, build your confidence, so that you should be able to stand and defend your faith, because that's what Paul says, we should be able to stand and defend the things that we believe in. So I just want you to know, like everybody has said, 2018 is a year of action. It's not a year for you to sit down. It's not a year for you to procrastinate. It's a year for you to take action. So if you believe in something, the only proof of your belief is your action. That's why the Bible says faith without work is dead. So if you've been listening to Pastor Sunday, be reading the book, begin to take steps, begin to take actions, and do stuff. Go out there, talk to people, share the messages, defend what you believe in, stand for the truth, be bold. Don't be afraid of anybody. Like somebody said just a while ago, nobody is better than you, right? You have the Spirit of God in you. They have the Spirit of God in them, so they are not better than you. It's just a matter of time and opportunity. So I just want you to stand for your faith this year. Be very bold. Go out there. And whatever the Lord has laid in your heart, don't sit down, just go out there and do it. The world is so big for you. There's a lot of opportunity out there for you. So that's just what I want to say, that this year is not a year for you to sit down. Please be bold, be bold. Go out there and take this movement, because I strongly believe that this is something that God has actually started. And I think we're just beginning to see the tip of the iceberg of what God has decided to do. I strongly believe it, and I was sharing with my brother. I was praying yesterday, and I know what God told me. So I strongly believe that this is of God. So you shouldn't have, and don't sit on the fence. It is either you're in or you're out, and that's just it. So if you believe in this movement, be strong, stand for what you believe in, preach the word, defend your faith, and make Jesus proud. So that's all I just want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Justine, you don't want to say hi to people? Okay. Say to English speakers and French speakers. Be free to do that.
So actually,
this is Justine here.
Bonjour tout le monde. Actually, everything has been said in English, so I'm going to focus on the French-speaking people. To the English-speaking people, Happy New Year once again. Et maintenant, pour les Français et les francophones, bonne année à tous. Nous sommes ici en 2018. Pour ceux qui ont commencé à écouter les enseignements de Dr. Sandy Adelaja, je vous conseille vivement, pour ceux qui sont déjà en mouvement, qui sont déjà debout, ayez le courage. Prenez votre courage à deux mains et commencez à travailler sur vous. Nous commençons demain un programme qui s'appelle HMT, History Makers Training. Donc, un training ou une formation pour les personnes qui veulent vraiment se lever et écrire l'histoire. S'il vous plaît, pour ceux qui sont déjà debout, levez-vous et prenez votre courage à deux mains. Ce programme, cette vie que nous vivons, nous la vivons pour nous, mais également pour Dieu, pour réaliser le plan de Dieu. Je suis presque en train de pleurer, je ne veux pas pleurer, je vais essayer de rester calme. Mais je vous demanderai une seule chose. Ce n'est pas le moment de faire des compromis, ce n'est pas le moment de faire de la diplomatie, ce n'est pas le moment de jouer à droite et à gauche. Tu ne peux pas écouter la vérité, marcher dans la vérité et marcher dans la lumière. La lumière et les ténèbres ne se marient jamais. S'il vous plaît, levez-vous. Pour ceux qui ont déjà commencé à travailler et qui sont vraiment décidés à marcher dans la liberté et à marcher dans la vérité, la vérité de Dieu, s'il vous plaît, levez-vous, commencez à travailler. Tu n'es pas, quand vous arriverez au ciel devant Jésus-Christ, vous ne serez pas avec votre pasteur, vous ne serez pas avec Sandy Adelaja, vous ne serez pas avec Bossé Adelaja, vous ne serez avec personne, pas avec votre mari, pas avec vos époux et votre épouse. Vous serez seul, responsable de vos actes devant Jésus et devant Jésus seul. Alors, ceux qui ont l'impression qu'ils ne peuvent pas avancer parce qu'on est marié, parce qu'on a un boulet autour de la jambe, s'il vous plaît, pensez à cela. Pensez à cela. Tu ne peux pas marcher avec Jésus et marcher avec le diable. On ne copule pas avec le diable. C'est tout ce que j'ai à dire. Pour ceux qui ont commencé à écouter et qui ne savent pas encore si c'est... peut-être que cet homme, il rit beaucoup. C'est vrai que Pasteur Sandy rit beaucoup. Quand il parle, il dit « et puis il raconte son histoire. Et puis tu as l'impression qu'il ne va jamais arriver au thème. S'il vous plaît, prenez 5 minutes de plus. Prenez juste, s'il vous plaît, juste une prédication, toute une série de prédications de Pasteur Sandy en entier. Écoutez-la, prenez des notes. Je vous assure qu'à un moment ou à un autre, ça va faire ping dans votre tête. Il y a quelque chose qui va se produire et vous allez réaliser que cet homme, il est en train en fait de marcher avec Jésus. Et à ce moment-là, levez-vous, marchez. Ceux qui disent, cet homme-là, il est du diable, c'est l'enfer qui est en train de le motiver. Je veux vous dire une chose, vous vous trompez. Vous vous trompez réellement. Si vous avez du mal à l'écouter, prenez les livres. Nous sommes en train de former une équipe de traducteurs en ce moment Je suis traductrice et interprète moi-même. Nous sommes en train de former une équipe de traducteurs qui sont en train de traduire, entre autres, Who am I? Donc, qui je suis, quelle est mon identité en Christ, quel est mon appel dans ce monde, est-ce que comme on dit en français, qui suis-je, puis-je, qu'entends-je, qu'asperge, qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Donc, nous sommes en train de traduire les livres. Le Who am I? Je suis en train de finir de faire la correction. Le deuxième livre qui est en train d'être corrigé, un des livres les plus récents de Pastor Sunday Adelaja, c'est How to Regain My Lost Years. Donc, pour les gens qui ont passé la cinquantaine, et oui, j'ai 50 ans passés, et qui se rendent compte qu'ils ont perdu beaucoup, beaucoup d'années, je vous conseillerais vivement de prendre ce livre dans votre main. Si vous n'arrivez pas à écouter Sunday Adelaja, prenez les livres, lisez-les, vous allez vous rendre compte qu'il y a quelque chose de très très profond et quelque chose qui va vous aider. Que vous soyez chrétien, que vous soyez bouddhiste, que vous soyez musulman, quel que soit votre bord, c'est un livre qui s'adresse à tout le monde. Pour moi, c'est la Bible appliquée, mise en application, mais vous allez voir, prenez les livres, prenez ces 2 livres, commencez par ces 2 livres uniquement. Dès que la publication sera faite, nous allons faire de la publicité, vous informer. Mais s'il vous plaît, dès que les livres seront publiés, prenez-les dans vos mains, étudiez-les et prenez-les vraiment comme un manuel de vie. Et prenez la Bible, comparez, vous allez voir. Vous êtes en train de lire la Bible en lisant les livres de Pastor Sunday Adelaja. Encore une fois, à la francophonie, bonne année. C'était Justine Magnou. Au revoir.
Wow. Don't you feel like learning French after that? You almost feel inferior after that. Okay, here comes Julie. Yeah, and you have to have a lot of patience. She might decide to speak German. Okay, here you are.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year 2018. Yes, I'm going to speak in German because I actually want to elaborate a little bit on the post that I made recently, a few hours ago. And since all of you speak English and I wrote this in English, I'm going to be elaborating on it as well in German. Also, ich wünsche euch allen ein wundervolles Jahr 2018 und ich bin sehr, sehr froh, hier zu sein. Das habe ich gestern auch schon gesagt. Aber was ich mir vorgenommen habe, ist, mir ein bisschen näher das Leben, also was heißt ein bisschen mehr, aber ich möchte wirklich dieses Jahr damit verbringen, Jesus zu studieren. Also was bedeutet es, ein Leben zu leben, das ihn widerspiegelt? Und das ist das, womit ich mich befassen möchte, weil für mich am Ende des Tages läuft alles darauf hinaus, dass wir Jesus widerspiegeln müssen. Wenn wir uns als Christen bezeichnen oder wenn wir sagen, dass wir ein Leben leben möchten, das ihn reflektiert, dann müssen wir verstehen, wer er ist und dann müssen wir verstehen, was er tun würde. Und diese Frage sollten wir uns alle stellen, wenn wir tun, was wir tun, wenn wir leben, wenn wir mit Menschen zusammen sind oder, was weiß ich, mit Menschen sprechen und uns unterhalten, wenn wir Aufgaben tun müssen, müssten wir uns fragen, was würde Jesus an unserer Stelle tun? Und diese Frage möchte ich mir jeden Tag stellen in 2018, um auch wirklich der Mensch zu sein, den Jesus sehen werden durch mich. Und ich würde euch das auch alle ans Herz legen, denn das ist etwas, wofür wir alle berufen sind. Egal wo wir sind, am Ende des Tages gilt, hast du deine Aufgabe erfüllt, indem du in dem Bereich, in dem du berufen bist, Jesus wiedergespiegelt hast. Denn was würde er tun, wenn er Menschen sieht, die arm sind? Was würde Jesus tun, wenn er Menschen sieht, die hungrig sind? Was würde Jesus tun, wenn er sieht, dass es keine Elektrizität in einer Stadt oder in einem Haus gibt? Was würde er tun, wenn es Streit gibt? Was würde er tun, wenn Unruhe herrscht? Was würde er tun, wenn es Chaos herrscht? Und all diese Dinge, die können wir alle davon herziehen, dass wir uns sein Leben anschauen und dieses nachahmen. Und das nehme ich mir für dieses Jahr vor und das würde ich auch jedem anderen empfehlen zu tun. Denn es läuft alles darauf hinaus, was immer du dir als Ziel setzt dieses Jahr wirklich. Es läuft darauf hinaus, dass du dich fragen solltest, würde Jesus das Gleiche tun? Und ich denke, daran liegt die Antwort aller unserer Fragen, dass wenn wir das tun, was Jesus tun würde, im Prinzip auch die Antworten für alle anderen Fragen, die wir im Leben haben, finden werden. Und demnach lege ich euch das ans Herz, lege ich mir das selbst ans Herz. Und diejenigen, die sich meinen Post noch nicht durchgelesen haben, können das tun auf meiner Seite, auf meiner auf meinem Facebook-Profil. Und dann könnt ihr sehen, wie ich das in schriftlicher Art und Weise festgehalten habe. Aber ja, das ist das, wofür ich mich dieses Jahr entschieden habe. Denn ich weiß und ich hoffe auch, dass ihr wisst, dass wir alle für unsere Leben verantwortlich sind. Und es gibt nichts, worauf wir zu warten haben, außer, ja, das im Prinzip gibt es nicht so, worauf wir zu warten haben. Alles, was wir tun müssen, ist das tun, was wir kontrollieren können. Und alles andere läuft von alleine. Alles andere können wir eh nicht kontrollieren. Und damit sollten wir uns entsprechend auch nicht befassen. So, und das war's von mir. Ich wünsche euch ein wundervolles Jahr 2018. Ich hoffe, dass wir uns in 12 Monaten wiedersehen und ja, von unseren Erlebnissen und von unserer Größe und unserem Erwachsenwerden in Christus unterhalten können und vielleicht auch mehr Leute hier stehen werden, um darüber zu erzählen, wie das Jahr gelaufen ist und hoffentlich erfolgreich. Es liegt in eurer Hand. Dankeschön und auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah, did you have enough patience? You also want to speak German? Or English? English, okay, no. We have a newcomer with us today. He just arrived today, actually. Yeah, oh, you arrived yesterday? Today, he just arrived today. He's coming for the HMT, and he's coming from England. But I also learned that he's multilingual. So how is it true that you speak you speak German? Yeah. So you can say Happy New Year in German? Yes. In German? And somebody is saying Polish. You can say Happy New Year in Polish too? No. Okay. Here is Baba Thompson. Baba Thompson. Okay, Thompson.
Hello. Happy New Year, everyone.
Baba Thompson, does that mean you are the father of Thompson?
Actually, I used to work predominantly among the wives, so they shy away from calling Baba Tope.
It's too tough.
It's too tough for them. So they actually call me Baba. So they call me Baba. So I'm used to it. So
Baba.
Yeah. So that's why I just mentioned it. Anyway, Happy New Year, everyone out there. I know you will make it, and I'm sure I knew it. I thank God for your life, and also, yes, I just want to thank my family out there as well, leaving them there. That's what Jesus Christ said, that you just leave your family and then you follow me. I'm here to actually really be part of the HM team, and I just want to encourage you, everyone out there, that actually what Pastor Sunday is doing, I think, is divine. It's really divine. And I would like you to take a leaf from this. I'm not just coming here to just being part of this because someone shared this with me on Facebook. It is the vision God gave me. So, and I want to follow it religiously. So, this year, I want to challenge you. Maybe you are out there and you are still doubting what you are hearing every day, or the messages that people are sharing with you. I would like you to take this serious. This might help you. Have you ever considered doing the same thing every year and you getting the same results and you are not pleased with it? Maybe it's time to actually really try something out. Maybe for 6 months, for 1 year, and see whether you get a different result. I challenge you. Maybe you are someone out there who seeks wisdom. Wisdom is shouting, it's on the street, and you are looking, you are not recognizing it. I want to challenge you, somebody out there. Maybe you think you are really defeated. Things are not working well for you, and you blame it on your parents. You blame it on the society. Take a leaf from this. This year, try something new. Renew your mind. Renew your mind. Pick up books. I've always tell people there are 3 ways to acquire wisdom. Either you learn it through books or through somebody who is more knowledgeable than you, or you learn it in your own hard way. So shoes. Shoes. This year, this is a great year ahead of us. Like someone said, there will be challenges. The Bible teaches us there will be challenges. The book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1 said, yes, now that we are approaching the end of this world, that there will be challenges, but he said, you have to be acting, you have to be careful of what you hear and the things that you see. Say you have to cling on to Jesus, the author and the finisher of our life. So I'm encouraging you, maybe you are out there as well, and you think, you know what, there's no hope. There's no hope for you. And I'm telling you, there's hope for you. Join the DSA team. Lay your hands on books. Who Am I? Very powerful book. Yeah? And it's only God can save Nigeria. It's a myth. Look at our country, how that country is. You and me, we can change that country. And I challenge you all to be part of this movement. Be part of this transformation. I sign up to it this year. Because like one of my brothers said, it's fear. Fear can kill us. But actually, if we stand up, if we all together stand up, we can build that country. We can build our home. We can build our lives. I thank you all, and I enjoy you this year. Let us take that boldness to do something about our lives, about our surroundings, about people that are around us. Because the next person to you, your neighbor, is your God. I often say, actually, where is God? If we are saying God, 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 actually the meaning of God is the next person to us because it's the image of God. Let us do something this year. Thank you very much. God bless you, and I wish you a prosperous year. Amen.
Before you go, I know that you had some, I know Thompson, that you had some, Babalola, that you had some, Babatope. I know that you had some revelations from God.
Yes, sir.
And will you care to share some of these revelations with us? Okay, because what you said, that's what prompted me to ask this question. Because I remember I was talking with a Christian yesterday, and you said if you are doing the same thing over and over again, and your life has not changed, maybe it's time to try something new. Christian, I would like you to come first, because I would like you to share with us what you said yesterday, that you've been a Christian like all your life for so many years, and that in 2 months that of listening or coming to DSA family, that your life, you've done so much in 2 months of as joining this DSA family, too much more than you've done all your Christian life. Yeah, then later on you will come with your revelations and tell us some of your revelations. This Christian, he's going to share with us those changes. Yeah.
Yeah, like Pastor Sunday just said, we were having a discussion yesterday, and I did mention to him that I never thought, I wasn't conscious of the fact that even though I was very zealous for God, serving God, going to church and doing all the churchy stuff, I never for once thought that I was actually being religious. And it just dawned on me when I was reading some of his books that all my life I've just been religious. I've just been playing church. I've just been going to church, going with the flow. I was so zealous for God, I was praying and all that, but no impact, nothing. And I've always asked myself this question: is this all there is about life? Just go to church, come back, go out to the street, talk to people, win souls, and that's all.
Do evangelism.
Yeah, and it's been bothering me, and I know that God has been like depositing some ideas in my heart, but I've never really to actually reach deep down and draw out the resource and actually do something with it. But I only started listening to DS. I think that was towards the end of October, just before the end of the syncretism series, and I just got hooked, and I started listening to the live program, and but I kept hearing people say, "Oh, the books are good. The books are good. Get the book. Get the book." People were just recommending different books, and I was like, just sitting back. I'm listening to him live. Why should I now read the book? But I think after about 2 weeks, I just made the decision. Okay, let me just pick one book, and I just started checking which should I pick, and as God will have it, I ended up picking How to Create Your Own Net Worth. And honestly, I think I would say that is the major reason why I'm in the HMT today, because I picked up that book, and just the first 2 pages I read of that book, I had to drop the book. I rushed down to my computer without thinking, without doing anything. I just registered for HMT. I said, honestly, it doesn't matter how much it will cost me to come. I will definitely come, because I said this is a gold mine, and the man is still alive. So why won't I go and meet him, for myself and learn from him? So that's why I registered. And reading that book, my God, it's the words cannot describe it, and I'm just being honest. It's not because DSA is here. What cannot describe? And I've told myself I'm going to read that book over and over again. And every word, every letter just kept challenging me. So, and as I was reading it, God just started bringing back a lot of the ideas, a lot of the stuff He's giving to me. And as I said, I just have to take action. And like I was telling DSA, in just between October ending or November till the end of December, at least, even though most of what I'm working on are in the preliminary stage, I can say I've done so much. I can see the improvement in my there's a mind shift. And thank God to the thinking series that I've been listening to, my mind has completely shifted, and I would say I'm more conscious of myself. I'm more conscious of my environment. I'm more conscious of people. I do my best to listen to people to try and really understand what they are trying to communicate, and not just hearing them and just like waiting for the next available opportunity to speak. So my life has really been impacted, and like Jesse mentioned, there's a project I'm working with a couple of other guys in the US, which I'll be presenting to the XA during the course of HMT. We're working on that. I have also started the process of starting my own NGO. I'm working on that. There's also London HMT, I say HMT, the Magic family in London. We've started the London group. I will be meeting in February, and I know we'll be doing something great. And God just dropped an idea, which I've not shared with DSA, to write, how I call it now, mini books or pamphlets out of the teachings of DSA books. And I'll say, glory to God, I actually started one of the book today, and I have written the introduction of the book. I'm still going to go through it and review it. So in just 2 months, I'm just looking at myself. I said, look, where have I been? And all this time, I've just been wasted away, thinking I was serving God.
30 years old?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just well, I always believe that all things, the Bible says, all things work together for good to them that love God. So I believe that in God's calendar, this is the right time for me to have met Him, and I know that the number of years I still have on this earth, I'm definitely going to make a huge impact. Definitely, there's no doubt about it.
So you can see the picture of how to live life now.
Yeah. I'm so conscious now. So conscious. As though I've not gotten there, but I'm still going to get there. I'm so conscious, and the fact that what still rings in my head every time, every 24 hours of the day, is the concept you talked about time conversion, about maximizing your every hour. The word time conversion just keep coming to my head. So if I'm walking down the streets, in the past, for example, I go to a shopping mall, maybe some of this charity worker will just stop you, want to talk and just waste your time. And right now it's like you're offending me. Do you understand?
Because you know what to do with
yeah,
time.
my time is so valuable to me now. So yeah, that's why I said initially that, look, if you have been coming on the live program and you've not taken the time to go to YouTube to see some of these messages, or you've not really read any of DSA's book, honestly, you're doing yourself a great disfavor, great disfavor. You don't really know what you're missing. Like I said, I've been reading books, a lot of books in the past.
Before you leave, please mention a few of the books you are reading or you have read.
Okay.
And the series that you want to recommend to people.
Okay. So far, I've read, in the month of December, I read 4 books. And like I say, the books were so good that I had to read each of them twice in December. The first book I read was How to Create Your Own Networks. The second book I read was Stop Working for Uncle Sam. The third book I read was I think the third book was, which one again? How to Regain Your Lost Years. And the fourth book, what's the fourth title now? Oh, I'll remember that later. But I know, according to my plan, I'm meant to start Church Shift today. So I'll be starting Church Shift today, and I still take out time to do book reviews for the ones I've read, because I just don't want the things I've read to just like vaporize. So I set out time, maybe once in a week or twice in a week, to go back to the old book just to do reviews. So it's been a great blessing, a great blessing to me, and I will really encourage everybody to try and get at least one of the book and just start reading. And I can guarantee you that if you get to one of the book, you wouldn't want to stop there. You just want to keep going and going and going. And then some of the series I will personally recommend for me, like I keep saying, is The Act of Thinking. That's a very good series. Then the Truth series.
What is the Act of Thinking give you? What does it do, or what will they give people?
I think it will be a total transformation, a total mind shift. The way you think, the way you reason things, the kind of questions you ask. Because, like you did mention, that the quality.
What touched you when you began to listen to that series?
I discovered
don't know what made you to go there.
I discovered that I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking. I was just like living my life, just one day at a time as it comes. I was just doing things. I thought I was thinking, but I wasn't really thinking. I wasn't asking myself some questions. Why, like for example, why do I believe the things I believe? Are the things I believe, are they true? What assumptions, what facts, what data do I have to actually back up what I believe? What is the purpose for what I'm doing? Everything I do, every decision I take, what is the purpose? For example, I'm sitting down. Why am I sitting down?
What are the inferences?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like I've not finished the series. I think I'm just on the 7th message right now. The last one
you're already.
It's just mine. But then there's the bishop you also interviewed in that series, from America.
Yeah.
It was like, honestly, I just couldn't contain
Yeah,
it.
was I all my life?
I just couldn't contain it. So please, people, if you're on this platform,
apart from the thinking series, apart from the Art of Thinking series, what are the other?
The Art of Thinking, the Truth series. The Truth series.
So what do you get from that?
Like I said, I'm still on the first three messages, but I've been going through the first one over and over again, and where you're talking about the five levels of truth. I think the first level you're talking about telling yourself the truth about yourself.
Yeah, what has that done to you? Why do you keep on going back to it?
Yeah, because I've never really taken the time to ask myself the question, what is truth? Because I know that question is in the Bible, but it was never answered. I think that it was when Pilate was talking to Jesus, and he asked Jesus the question, what is truth? And he walked away, and it wasn't really answered. And I always ask myself, I know Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. but we just say truth is Jesus. But the concept of truth, I really didn't understand. I didn't know there was anything more. I just felt, okay, truth is when somebody says what is correct or something. But how do you know if what he's saying is correct? How can you base it? How can you like weigh it? So it was just like, it just way over my head. And that's why I just like keep going back and say, okay, let me just sit down and really get it. Let it sink. Because if it doesn't sink, then after a few days or a few weeks, it will go and not be able to like communicate it to somebody else. But I just wanted it to sink. So I take my time to listen to the series slowly, but I do it surely. I'll rather listen to like 10, 20 series and get the meat of that series rather than just like listening to everything. I just want to catch up everything. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, it's been awesome. It's been great. It's been great.
Beautiful. Thank you, Christian. Now let's get Baba here to tell us more about some of the things that God has revealed to him personally. Baba.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, and to you guys out there. Yeah, I think the revelation I got is, I have to say first that one thing in me that I never really explore is this gift of revelation, because I do get this quite often, but I never really take serious about it. I think in June, around June, I was really having some kind of turbulence in my life, really. And it was probably from work, because I work in psychological field. I'm a psychotherapist. So, and it's I had this prosecution from work, which was really terrible, really. And because I know my job, I know my job, I know I'm gifted in my field. But you know, when you work predominantly, I mean, sometimes you do get into such a problem or challenges, really. And I kept asking God, what's really happening? I don't know. There's no explanation. There wasn't any explanation. So I went into solitude. I took 2 months off work, off sick.
Wow.
Off sick. So because I never go off sick, I'm always punctual at my work. So I just went off sick. So during that period of time, it gave me really time to be with God. But before then, there was a big revelation that I had in my life that I've never had, which I just thought, okay, it's one of those things. So, but in this instance, so while I was actually really in my dream, the problem was just too much that I was speaking to God. Mm. It's like I was talking, I was just like, I have this big figure, which the picture I saw was Pastor Sunday later. But I realized in that dream I was just speaking, I was saying, this is going to finish me up. This is just too much. Everyone is there, including the manager, the chief psychologist. Everybody was just, after me, scrutinizing my work. I said, God, I don't know how to go about this. It's coming to an end, really. So at the end of that dream, I saw Pastor Sunday. I told, because I've got pastor friends, I do relate with them. So I told them, say, well, if that is what is happening, then it's God that is speaking to you through Pastor Sunday.
No, what did you see, Pastor Sunday? You just saw?
No, I just saw your image. That I was thinking I was speaking to somebody, but then at the end of that dream, I saw the picture of Pastor Sunday. So 2 weeks later, I got another dream. I saw Pastor Sunday in a airplane, and asking God, what is this? I don't know. I was praying about it, and in that dream, I saw that it was still like a country was just telling everyone, controlling it's like maybe the plane was probably in a turbulence, or it was just instructing. It wasn't a pilot, but it was standing in the middle role. It was just instructing people, you have to do that, you have to control this. So, and that was how I woke up, and I sent him email.
What do you think the plane represents? Or the instructions?
I'm so bad in interpretation of dreams, but yeah, but I'm so bad in that. But my first dream, which has to be connected with me personally, and with the dream of the one that I saw, 2 series of Pastor Sunday's dream, I realized actually, first, maybe God is saying, you know what, you have to align yourself with this movement. I never realized that there was a movement then. Secondly, yeah, I never realized there was a movement then until you actually really told me to go and register for the transformation. So, and but what I'm getting from that, the inspiration I'm getting is that actually there has been maybe something to be corrected. There is problem out there, and God is raising him to lead that troop, to correct things. So, and that is why I'm convinced in me. I'm convinced in me. That's why I'm here actually. That's why I've been following him, because before then, in June, I was telling my brother in the car, because we came together in June, before the US presidential election. The election was in December. God spoke to me in June. I saw that revelation in June. Picture that, I was seeing it. God was telling me that Hillary Clinton will lose this race, will lose this campaign. But as a person, I am so absorbed in my thing, in my psychological thing, you know, my therapy, that's psychotherapy, that's what I do for living, and I enjoy it. So I never take those things into cognizance. But the only thing I did, if you go to my Facebook or my Twitter, you'll still see there, when her campaign team sent out like a message. So I wasn't bold enough to say, this is what I saw. But I just said, you know what? I pity Hillary. I will advise that she step down, because this is not our game. That was what I said. So when the revelation of Pastor Sunday come now, I said, no, I have to take this serious. Because when the President Trump was announced, I was driving on my way to work. I just had to pull up over and just worship God. That truly God is here. God is here. So that's it. So you people out there, I will just advise you, it's just a word of advice, that actually God, I was telling my brother that before Jesus Christ came into this world, it was prayer that we prayed him into existence. And I believe prayer has gone forth to raise somebody like Pastor Sunday. What he is doing is not doing it by his power. I don't think so. With the shots of his words on live, I'm here, I'm shaking. I can't coordinate myself. I'm shaking in front of camera. But him coming out, having the right shots of word, dealing with the populace, with the whole world, is something that is divine. It's something that is divine. And that's why sometimes when I see Pastor Sunday trying to tell people to say who he is, I sometimes, it shakes me as well that I saw this. So if I were, maybe it's pride for me. If I were Pastor Sunday, I would say, no, I'm just doing what God wants me to do. It's not about me. It's not about personality. It's not about what I've done. It's about what God wants me to do. So I enjoy you people out there. Please, and please, this is divine. That's just what I can say. This is divine. And God will reveal to you. God himself, as he has revealed to me, will reveal to you, because we are all anointed. We are all anointed, and God will
You
show.
don't need to be specially
We don't need to be specially anointed. You don't need to let any pastor or any prophet tell you that this is true or this is not true. If you really want to change, because that is the only thing God has given you is your will. He cannot take your will away from you. Otherwise, there wouldn't be judgment. It will be partial for him not to give you your will and then want to judge you on that day. So he's giving you that free will to choose. And for you to freely choose, you've got to judge. You've got to examine. You've got to weigh things. And you've got to humble yourself. And if you humble yourself, it will really speak to you. God bless you all. Thank you.
That is Baba there. That is Baba. Now it's 6 o'clock here. In another 1 hour, I'm supposed to come on live to do the 7 o'clock or 5 o'clock program. That's the UK time, 5 o'clock. Nigerian time, 6 o'clock. But our time here is 7 o'clock. So it's in 1 hour's time. So we'll give you 1 hour break. I'm coming back in 1 hour again. And what I'm going to do tonight, let me tell you, I'm releasing 10 new books for this new year. So I want to introduce you to the 10 books that are already out. So I just want to tell you about each one of them so that you get acquainted with the 10 new books for the new year. 10 new books, 10 new gifts for this new year, 10 new books for the new year. So these 10 new books is what I'll be talking about in 1 hour's time. Just talking a few words about all of them. I think some of the friends, if they are not too tired, they might come to join us in the discussion room. It's going to be in the other house. And then at, of course, 9 o'clock, our Ukrainian time, 7 o'clock British time, 8 o'clock Nigerian time, we'll be coming back for the continuation of the series on psychopath. Signs that your pastor is a psychopath. Psychopathy. So that will be later on, but in 1 hour's time, we'll be back before the 9 o'clock one. Thank you so much for the evening. It's been a wonderful fellowship. Blessings.